So I've been using my Stroud for a little bit. I'm pretty impressed with it actually. I still don't like the sheath for it, but it's turned out to be a pretty tough knife. So today I brought it out for the final field test, and I thought I'd take you along. To me, what a knife should be able to do is it should be able to get a fire going for you. And do a few camp chores. So today I'm going to do a few of those on camera just to show you how it handles and let you see what you think, see if you want to buy it or what you think. So I'll be right back with you. Behind me is a moose maple. They grow in this area. You can see kind of got the shape of a maple leaf. They're a good size. So very popular for, you know what, toilet paper in the summer. So they don't grow very tall. The one behind me is probably about 20 foot. That's about as big as they get, and then they die off. It's rare you even see one that big. It's probably maybe about this big at the base. This is a little sapling, so I'm going to just cut it off. Because your survival knife should be able to cut anything like this size. I don't want to cut a lot of live trees today. This one is probably not going to live too much longer. So I'm going to use this in place of, say, like a spruce or something like that I would need to cut to make a shelter. So let's just see what we can do here. Whoops. Call it hillside cuts. So it's about that big. So let me just go back on some flat ground here and do a little something with it. Alright, so here's what I just cut. So I haven't sharpened this since I got it, so it's still pretty sharp, but you can see it's getting wore down a little bit. Probably next order of business is to get it sharpened. So this is a piece of pine bark that I collected on the way in here. See what we can do on the big end here. So we'd have no trouble making traps or feather stick or something like that, spear. So that's test one done, and stand by for test two. For test two, I picked batoning. You may or may not need to do this, but you might have to. So I found it's a piece of hemlock I found. It was down the ground. It's not in very good shape. But I did cut this. This was a limb I found on the ground. I'm not sure what kind of tree it is. So I cut it specifically for this test. So I'm hoping start here. slightly rotten at the bottom, but it's good at the top, so it's, sow beetles in there. It's a little more rotten than I thought. Okay, so let's find a piece here. We'll start with this one for making a feather stick, which I'm terrible at. I think we might have some hikers coming by here. You hear voices. So that was test 3. That turned out pretty good for me. Make a few shavings. I think I got visitors coming, so I'll just turn this off before I do test 4. So another chore you may need to do is cut rope. So I have some braided line here. So we'll see how it does. It's okay. Definitely sharp enough to cut rope. Okay, now the next test will be made some shavings, a baton. The next thing will be if I can make a fire, and that's probably the most important thing I would get this knife for. So I'll be right back. So I don't have a real big, huge need of a fire today. This is more for a proof of concept. So I got some birch bark I collected. I got these shavings I made, this little tiny feather stick, and a few other sticks I collected, and some of that's what I batoned over there. So let's see if we can get this set up here. So I'm using the ferrocium rod that came with the knife. Just trying to prepare the birch bark a little here. I'm going to do it on a stick so we don't go through to a rock. Trying to make some something to catch a spark. Now, I'll be honest there, I've been having some difficulty with the ferrocium rod, but I think it was mainly a lack of preparation. We'll see today. I'm trying to make a fire like my life depends on it. So. The great things about living in this part of the country is there's birch bark everywhere, alive and dead. This was a tree that fell recently, I believe. But this birch bark, it lasts forever. I've seen the inside of trees completely rot out and the birch bark's still there. The oil in it seems to keep it from rotting. Okay, there's some extra here. put that with my shavings when I get a little flame going here. So yeah, it's not getting any easier to come out. So as I said, there's a notch for this, so should I don't know. I don't want to blame this, but man, I seem to have a hard time to get it to catch. Kind of in a little awkward position here, but still, it should catch easier than it does. I'm not sure if it's because I'm throwing it. There we go. Found this fire pit here. I don't know who made it. Good news, guys. I survived. So, or maybe. So what do I like about the put the knife out, I guess, so you can see it. Look what the ferrocium rod did to it. Discolored it, or didn't discolor it, but dust. It's a nice heavy knife. It's good at cutting. It's the rubberized on it's quite good for hanging on to it. We'll see how it lasts. It seems to be lasting pretty well, although, you know, I've only had it out 3 or 4 times. Ferrocium rod, I'd give it a C. I don't know. I have a hard time getting a fire to catch with it. Like usually a couple, 3 times, then I have a fire going. This one, it can be up to 10, 12 times, and I don't know if it's the type of metal used in it, or just my lack of skill. That could be true. The sheath itself, he's still not fond of it. It's okay, I'd probably give that a C as well. Being pretty lenient, aren't I? But overall, love the knife. Can't say anything bad about it. Camillus is a great knife company, and they seem to have done this well. Time will tell how the components kind of last on this. But yeah, so I give it a thumbs up. Retail price I think is around $50, $45, $50. I got the mine on eBay, so check around. And as always, thanks for your support and comments, and we'll see you soon.